Hi guys, Keisha Hutch back with another video here. Today I'm going to do a two-part series on day to night makeup. So let's get started. I've already got my little headband on here. It's my Gracie Lay headband that I'm just using to hold my hair down before I apply my makeup and all that good stuff. And before I came on camera, I washed my face, just like my little travel kit here, with some microdermabrasion, facial scrub, and then the pore minimizer for my nose. But before I even did that, I kind of did like a little mini facial on my nose just to clean up my pores. I had some charcoal mask on my nose for about a solid at least 20 minutes. I like to let it dry all the way up, pull all the impurities out of my nose. So if you're interested in me mailing you any samples, just shoot me an email. I'll be glad to do so. All right, on to this video. So I've already prepped my skin with some pore moisturizer. Now I'm going to take it a step further and go ahead and put on my facial primer. Oh, I forgot. I also exfoliated my lips with the satin lip set. So it's a shea scrub for your lips, and you follow it up with the shea balm, because my lips were looking really crusty, guys. It wasn't pretty. It's pretty tough. I only take out about this much amount of it. The primer is, I think it might be silicone based, which is probably why it helps to make your skin look nice and matte. So it's gonna help cut down on the shine, because I'm a little shiny in general anyway. And it's gonna help your makeup sit on your skin even better. I'm just pouring out a little bit more on my hand here. A little more primer, because I didn't put any on my neck yet. I like to do everything for my neck, my whole entire face all together. So everything is the same consistency, same smoothness, and putting on the makeup is very easy. I'm gonna get started here with my concealer, which is going to be, again, it's going to be my CC cream with SPF 15 in the color medium to light, or medium to deep, sorry. Light is the fairest shade, and I'm a medium to deep. Just gonna put a little bit of this on a smaller brush so I can conceal underneath my eyebrows. Got a little heavy-handed there. It's all good, because I'm gonna blend this in really well. Here. Smooth it out. You have to blend really well too. I mean, that's really the key. Some people are still walking around with your concealer showing, and your concealer really shouldn't be showing. No one should be able to tell that you have concealer on. It's supposed to be very well blended. So let's get the other eye now. Okay, it's pretty well blended. Let me get underneath these eyes here for these bad boys, aka the baggies, suitcases. Where are we traveling to? Okay. Let's get this other side a little better blended here. This is just a regular e.l.f. brush. I typically don't like e.l.f. brushes because a lot of them have fallen apart on me. They'll come out of the canister, I guess is what you would call it, and it drives me crazy that they come apart so easily. But this is just a regular e.l.f. crease brush, which I'm using as a concealer brush. Well, it's so strange. Trying to conceal so much, but it's all good. It's all good. I also like to conceal around my mouth. Just covering up all these scars from my pimples, which gets really annoying to be able to see it. So, but yeah, I saw this tip with a professional makeup artist that I went to go to her class years ago. She taught a class back in like maybe 2014 back in Georgia. And she concealed around the lips, so when you put your lipstick on, it looks nice and smooth as well. So that is what I'm doing. You can always touch it too if your lipstick ever runs over. And you can see that my concealer is probably maybe only a shade lighter than I am. If that, maybe only half a shade lighter than I am. It's pretty much blending into my skin in some areas, so that's a really good concealer shade to me. I see a lot of girls who are using concealer shades that are like 3 shades too light for them. You don't need to go that light with concealer. Like, it just needs to look like your skin looks, and that's good enough. Like, these are molds, so I'm not gonna bother those. I'm gonna leave those alone. But I'm also gonna get like a couple acne scars on my neck here, just to kind of tone them down, because this is gonna eventually turn into a full makeup look. Full makeup does include coverage. Okay, I'm just done with that. Now I'm gonna transition into using more of a full coverage foundation. This is the Matte Wear Foundation in Bronze No. 1. And I like this color because it's a little bit darker than me, but it makes it look like I have a tan all the time. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on this brush. Typically I would have wet the brush with like some makeup finishing spray, or I have another spray that I use as a makeup reviving spray, but I didn't bring all that with me on vacation. I left it at home, so for right now, I'm just gonna put it on the brush and blend it into my skin in a circular motion. And this is also something that that lady taught me in that makeup class years ago. Like, if you want your makeup to have a smoother finish, blend it in a circular motion. So You can already see the difference. Like this bottom part of my face already looks like it has a nice tan to it already. Kind of pushing the product on my skin, then I'm just gonna work it in more in like circular motions. It's nice because you like to kind of tug on the skin while you're putting it on, you know. It'll help distribute the product more evenly. I don't know what's going on with me. It's like I can't talk straight. Feel it. Oh, it's driving me crazy. But yeah, just keep buffing around in a circular motion. Oh, forgot my neck. That's no bien. So, same thing for my neck. Just buff it out in circular motions. And this is what I would consider like my first layer. A little bit more on my neck. Buff it out really, really good. This is really driving me crazy. Okay, I think I got it. Just kind of doing a once over. One more time. Everything looks just about even. So if I want to call this for an everyday look, only thing I'm going to do now is put my Bronze One mineral powder foundation on top of it, and I'm going to apply that with just a really big all over face brush, which is really huge in comparison to the brush I just used. This is the one I just used for applying liquid foundation. Even though it says powder foundation on it, it's good for liquid too because it's got that rounded shape to it. Just gonna tap some out here on the lid. So you see I'm not doing too much at the same time. Swirling it around on my brush, tapping off the extra. Kind of buffing around my face here. Next, now I gotta go back again for the top part of my face. Okay. That's just about done. The only thing else I would do for my everyday look right now is just brush up my eyebrows and pencil them in. And then transition with a neutral lip, and I'm gonna show 3 neutral lip options. Speaking of which, I already have my balm on, but I did not put on my lip primer yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give my lip 2 coats of primer. I just like 2 better than 1, but you don't want to put on too much either. You want to put your lips together and let it press and sink into the skin on your lips that you just exfoliated, so it's good to go. It's a perfect time for applying lipstick or lip gloss. Okay, so I got that setting. I'm just gonna pencil in my eyebrows now. And I'm gonna, whoops, just dropped a whole bunch of stuff over here. I'm going to pencil in my brow with my brunette eyebrow pencil. I have a darker one, but that's more, the dark brunette, I wouldn't recommend that for every day unless you just have darker hair. It's more so like something glam, like if I was going to a New Year's Eve party or some really formal occasion that someone's wedding or something that required me to wear a gown or just something formal in general, I would use a darker eyebrow pencil. But for everyday use, I'm gonna go with this brunette pencil. Doesn't really matter what brand you use, but something with a skinny tip like this will work just fine. I like to get in there really, really well. Just brush my brows upward. Because I put the primer down, it's definitely easier to fill them in with. That looks pretty good. Just gonna go just a little bit more, just one more time over. Okay, do the other brow now. And because it's a lighter shade, I'm not really worried about it looking too dark on my skin because I already know that this shade matches my skin. So if you're heavy-handed like I am, do yourself a favor and use brunette. Don't use the dark brunette pencils until you kind of figure out how to temper your hand so that your hand, you have better control over your hands where you're not making as many mistakes. Because really the darker eyebrow pencils are really like for professionals. You know, like if you're just a beginner, just make it easier on yourself and go with just a regular brunette because that'll be easier for you to control. Okay. They're starting to look alike now, which is good. At least they look like they're going to the same party, which is always good for your eyebrows. You can't have one completely different. I mean, they're never going to be the exact same, but as long as they look like they're going to the same event, that's cool. Yeah. At least they're related, I should say. Yeah. Okay. Everyday brows done. Okay, let's move on to our natural eyeshadows now.